Hi, it's Andy from Pure Yorkshire Honey. Welcome back to the channel. So it's this time of year, we're at the beginning of April, we're having some fantastic weather and the bees are just starting to get out. So this is going to be my first sort of major inspections. I'm going to be looking for disease, I'm going to be looking for stores, I'm going to be looking for rooms so the queen can lay. So I'm going to pop into these couple of hives and I'm going to take you guys with me and we're going to see what each hive is going to need, whether it's going to need supers on or whether it's not quite there yet, maybe it needs a bit more space. So I'll stop waffling on and we'll get straight into it and we'll have a look at them. So first thing I'm going to do, I always have a look at the entrance, and as you can see straight away, this is absolutely buzzing with life, no pun intended. You can see bees are trying to get in with pollen, they're all up the sides, potentially trying to get under the roof, so it might be quite an interesting one just to take the roof off, see what they're doing, see if they're trying to access that void up the top. Right, let's get in and take the roof off and see exactly what's going on. This is the first time I've probably been into this hive since last autumn. It's been a long time. Obviously I've kept on top of feed. I'll just have a look, see what's going on under the roof, because I am quite intrigued why there's a lot of bees trying to climb up into it. So it's just a void, nothing in the roof, a couple of woodlouse and a couple of bees that I managed to get up into there, so I'll pop that down there. And these aren't the best queen excluders, but obviously this is what I had last year running. I tend to keep spare equipment with the hive that it's came off, so I'll just pop that down there, out the way, pop it up. Right, let's just get this super off, get the crown board off and figure out what's going on. Nice and steady. It's been a while since I've been into this hive, so can't quite remember the temperament of them. I think they're pretty good. Looks like they're a bit of blonde, so potentially a little bit of bookbias going on. Take the crown board off. First time it's been off for a while. So we got a nice box of bees. There's nothing really on this end frame. Had a look straight away. Let's pop that on there like that. And just figure out what's going on. We'll just make sure you guys can see okay. So first of all, give myself a little bit of space. I'll take this end frame out. It's not doing a great deal, I don't think. Can have a look. There's a little bit of stores. Looks like a sign of a mouse has been in, so it's going to be interesting going through. Something's definitely been in and sort of burrowed through it a little bit. Down there. And just take this off. A little bit of weight to this. A little bit of stores in there. Some slightly wet cells, so they could be bringing stuff in. Again, looks like it's a bit of a sign of mice damage. But we've got plenty of bees, which is good. So let's see if we've got brood and food. Again, an unused frame, in reasonable condition. Starting to get a bit black, so I'll probably cycle this one out. I haven't got a date on here. Sometimes put dates on the end of the frames when I put new foundation in. That's a bit of a good tip, so I know how old the foundation is. So I usually try and cycle out foundation every 3 years. And getting a little bit of weight now. We're coming into brood, which is good. Slight little bit. Got some good brood in there. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to aim it at the sun. Have a proper look at those larvae. Make sure they're nice and white. You can see the segments in them. I'll get some close-up views for you. Make sure, look, everything looks nice and healthy. It's certainly starting to bring stuff in. That's nectar there, a little bit of stores in the top corner there. So this is our first frame of brood. It's looking good. It's the sort of pattern that I was sort of expecting. A couple of open cells there, but they might just be starting to seal them up. So I'm not going to take too much at that. Have a look at the next frame. Again, pick it up straight away, nice bit of weight. Let's make sure the queen's not on here. I believe she's marked, but it's been a few months since we've looked, so but again, nice brood pattern. I'm not too worried about the cells. They are filling those cells back up with nectar. So there could be where the queen didn't want to lay, but she's laying all the way to this outer rim here. Again, good looking brood. That's all capped over. Getting some stores in there as well now, which is what I want to see. Check for the queen first. Don't think she's on there. I suspect some of this brood is already hatching out. Yes, we've got some young bees down here named me Thumb. So I suspect we're having the first hatch, which is good to see. A little bit of a play up on the side there. But we've got no drone brood yet, so I'll be very, very surprised if there's an egg in there. That's looking good. Another frame of brood, so that's 3 frames of brood. Healthy brood as well. Do we have a queen on here? I'm not too worried about seeing the queen or not. I thought I just saw her there as I said that. No, maybe not. All I'm worried about is good, healthy brood, stores, pollen, and just general sort of temperament of the colony. That's what I'm looking for at the minute. I know there's a queen in there because obviously they're laying worker brood and nice pattern. Again, that's another good frame. So what's that, our 4th? So we're just potentially getting to the edge of the brood now. And just have a look, make sure. Certainly some pollen. No, we do have some larvae in this one as well. So she's starting to lay in this area. So we're getting onto 5 frames of brood, which is nice. Might have to shuffle some frames about just so they've got space to lay. We're just starting to cap some brood over in the middle of this frame here, which is good. So that's 5 frames. This isn't a special queen or anything like this, it's just a normal sort of dark queen, a Carleonan queen. Interesting what I see here. Pollen, big pollen frame. You can see how much pollen they're bringing in with this bee, covered in yellow pollen. Dandelions are just starting to come out up here now, and that's a big source for them. Pollen, as you can see, pollen's very important this time of year for the young bees. And again, another pollen frame, so we're doing very well on pollen. We're just starting to get to the outside now. You can see these are the foragers that are coming back, loading it into the cells and getting straight back out there. That's what you usually find at the front of the hive. That's why they're a little bit more flighty. Nice and gentle. Let's see what this one's doing. Very light frame. Not really being used for much at the minute, so what I might do with this one, I'm probably going to put this into the middle of the hive. It's a nice drawn out frame, it's not too old, so I'm quite happy for this one to do this season. With the darker ones I will be cycling them out. I'm going to put this in the middle, just split the brood a little bit. So we had brood, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put it in the middle there. Let's pop it down nice and gentle. Try not to crush bees. Shuffle them up a little bit. Pop this in there. Let's move that up a bit. And perfect. So with this frame, I'm just going to leave this in the back for now, and we'll take that out. I'll put a new frame of foundation on, and then we'll get rid of this altogether. But because it's on the outside, I'm not going to use it that much, and I'll put the worst to the back side here. So with this hive, looks like we've got brood starting to hatch out, which is good. So what I might do, I might put a wet super on that I've had stored safely over winter, get it on top of this so they can clean out that super and potentially just start pouring any nectar in upstairs, just to give them that little bit of room. I'll have to just keep a bit of a close eye on them. They are bringing nectar in, which is good. Disease signs, it looks all good, nice and clean larvae. We've got a laying queen. We didn't see her, but you don't have to see her. Don't spend all your time trying to find a queen. If you've got eggs, you've got a nice brood pattern. It's obviously worker brood. You've got food coming in. Larvae looks nice and well. Then that's all you're sort of really worrying about, and potentially stores and space. So I have a little bit of an audience. As you can see, we got some lovely spring lambs just watching. Because obviously they're thinking they're going to get fed because I'm here. There they go. Looking well, looking well. Right, I'll put you back into the holder. Try not to deafen you. So I've got a wet super out my van. I did actually have some foundation in my van as well. So a frame that I put a new sheet in. Sterilise the frame by steaming it. I got a steamer from a bellow this winter to steam all my old frames and wax. So I'll take this one out. There's not a lot on it anyway. I'll just melt that in a melter. It's not a problem. Let's pop that down there for now. And what I might do, I might just insert it a little bit. So we have brood from there, I think, from memory. There's nothing worse than the beekeeper's memory. Let's pop that there. Pop that in there. I'll give the young bees something to do, something to pull out. And there we go. Haven't written a date on there, if you notice, with the foundation, because like I said before, I write the date when I've changed the foundation. So I'm just going to put a notch in that. So just to remind myself, do I have a biro? No, I've just got queen marking pens. I usually have a biro in my top pocket, but I don't. Come prepared. And I've only got these plastic queen excluders with me at the minute. As you can see, they get a bit wemily. They can be a bit of a pain because when they become wemily, they can build brace comb on the underside. You've just got to be careful about crushing bees. So I'll just push them gently off that end, and I just try and have it slightly offset. And just hopefully they'll just go down. Of course, you would have your smoker lit and you can smoke them down. I've just gently blown them down. Got this wet super. I marked my supers up so I know this has come from this hive last year. And as you can see already, because of that queen excluder is wemily, it pushes the frames up. So, not the greatest things when they start warping like that, but it's what I have with me at the time. It's nice and wet. They'll clean that out. It'll just give them a little bit of space. By no means were we out the woods yet, but we just need to keep a bit of a close eye over the next few weeks. If it stays like this, then great. But if we start getting wet weather, cold weather, then potentially we might just need to feed these. Obviously, you'll have to take the super off and feed them without super on, so you don't end up with sugar syrup for honey. But effectively, that is looking good so far. It's expanding quite nicely. We're quite high up here, so everything's a little bit behind. So, but we're there or thereabouts with the blackthorns out already. Cherries starting to come out up here now. So there you go. That is literally my first inspection. Disease inspection, good. Pollen coming in. We've got a fertilised queen. She's laying in there. They've got a little bit of space. They have food. So far, so good. And that's all we can do. We can just try. So I'll pop the roof back on. So that's what I'm looking for in my first major inspections. I'm just literally in a beeline. I didn't realise I'm in a beeline. I can literally see them just go. They're just flying over that. I don't know what's down there. Probably some nice hedgerows that are coming into flower. Anyway, so my first inspections, I want to be doing my disease checks. That's the best time because you've got less bees because they're just growing up. They're just, you know, the numbers are quite low. You can potentially find your queen a marker. I did on the second hive, it was off camera. So, but yeah, if you do find your queen and she's not marked, you can top her mark up quite easily. But main thing is that larvae wants to be nice and pearly white with nice clear segments. Not looking brown and grey and contorted and slimy. And if it smells, then you might have a major issue. In that case, you could get in contact with a local bee inspector or a mentor, or just someone that has done quite a lot of beekeeping. So hopefully we're having a great start to the year. Obviously this time last year it was just wet and horrible. Hopefully this weather keeps up, gives the bees half a chance. As you might notice, I've actually got some nitrile gloves on this year. I'm trying to move over to nitrile. I suffer a little bit with confidence. I don't want to get stung on my hands. That's why I use the big, thick blue nitrile gloves. I do have them in my pocket just in case I get a little bit nervous. By all means, everyone gets nervous. I'm not ashamed of admitting it. It's good just to grow your confidence at your own pace. So this year, I'll be using nitrile gloves as much as what I can do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck for the season ahead, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.